Hey everybody, it's Lord of the Swarm. I am showing you today a new program I found called Tabletop Simulator. It was intended to play board games on, so like checkers, chess, but it actually now, because modders can get in and add new games, somebody put in Warhammer 40,000, which is really neat. And as you can see, um, it's a pretty amazing thing. But yeah, it's a three-dimensional tabletop. This is a map that I loaded. If you want to look game-specific stuff, um, there's a lot of videos up. Um, but as far as how to get this to where I'm at right now, but I was gonna start maybe playing games on here just to save some time, and so this is kind of an experiment. I've got OBS installed on my computer now, so that way I can kind of stream off my computer screen. And so I apologize if the audio's off, but I'm just trying to do something simple to do my first video with Tabletop Simulator. Um, so anyway, um, the 40K maps come standard with these tables here, right? So you got kind of boxed off sections where you can put your units. Um, there's objective scoring down here, so you can pile up cards down here, and then you can add. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to add plus. Oh yeah, minus. There you go. So controls are pretty easy. You have to use the WASD to move around, but then you can zoom in with the mouse. And then clicking on models. This is a very simple Eldar Harlequin army. It's the mass detachment with Seer Council. But like when you click on a model, you can scroll and it turns them around, and if you click on them and hold tab, it'll show you how far they're moving, and it's really neat. So there's dice and all the templates you should ever need. So anyway, I guess what I wanted to show you today was how to um, kind of set up for a game, and with this program, especially for new players, or if you're playing like a really big army, you kind of owe it to your opponent to have not a 4 hour, or I heard a guy play an 8 hour game once. You owe your opponent that, so you kind of have to practice with the controls and moving around just so that you don't spend all day playing the game, because you probably won't finish at that point. So um, anyway, what I've done, let's say we pull this up. My opponent's here setting up across from me. You wanted this to be quick and as easy and as painless as possible. So you go to host, chest, saved objects. I've already saved my army. I've got a couple armies here. But this one's the one I'm going to use today. You drag and drop it over here, and it's a bag. There's videos that show you how to upload into the bag. I don't know what that's about. Uh, so anyway, we've got the bag here, and now I can't click on it. What happened? It's because I hit tab. Yeah. Oh, it's because I got this thing on over here. I need the hand. Aha, see, we learn something new every day. Okay, so um, there's games that, or other videos that show you how to upload into the bag, but the bottom line is, like, if you take something and drop it, the bag has to be like facing up, so you drop it into the bag. Because if it's laying on its side or something, it won't go in, and it took me a long time to figure that out. So, oh joy. It's because I went to the other side, now everything's going to be facing the wrong way. So here, let me just rotate around. Okay, so what I started by doing was I put um, 4 cards in for all of my possible warlord choices. And as you see, I added in all of the cards, all the traits, so that way I could pick my warlord. Eldrad automatically gets this one, and then I could roll and I could kind of see what I got. And how you do that is you can go to tools and get a note card, and when you right click, the windows pile up in this game really quick, but the name, you can change this to warlord name, and then you can do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, and it's pretty neat. So I did that. All right. Usually these guys, I'm just going to put them off to the side where they're not going to get in the way. Um, but it kind of gives me some flexibility on who I pick to be my warlord. Anyway, next you're going to see all my psyker cards. So I've got, what I ought to do is put them in a better order so I can just plop them out and not have to worry about organizing them. But as they come out, I kind of put them in a pattern here. And I have a lot of psychers. So this is kind of a weird list. I think this list has something like 27 warp charges. So it's a lot to keep track of. So to help me out, I have made all of these cards in order to keep track of the spells everybody gets. So I kind of decided this is what I was just always going to pick until I get some games and I can change it. And yeah, so I just put their lores down. I put the Primaris, and then basically when I roll the dice, I'll just delete off the ones I didn't get. So I figured that'd be a pretty fair way of doing it. So here I got Eldrad. I got a Warlock with a Singing Spear. There's multiple models of Warlocks with Singing Spears. Oh, here's my Shadowseer. Shadowseer 1 has a Mask of Secrets. That's why he's a little bit different. But you should definitely number them to correspond with the cards. And it's also kind of important not to do one of everything, because can you imagine pulling out like a whole Gladius Strike Force? So just grab one Tactical Boltamarine and you can kind of make it work from there. Like just copy and paste them. So you can just copy and paste. And then these are my troops, so I can go bloop, bloop. I've got 3 troops. This isn't as organized because I didn't expect it to the alignment to be messed up. But all right, there's a Star Weaver. Oh, my Irium's Spectre. This is my Void Weaver and my Farseer. So see how I can highlight just my Warlocks, copy them, paste, 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 paste. Now I got 10 Warlocks. See how easy that is? This guy, copy, paste. Now I got the second one of that. These guys are a little bit different. So Shadowseer 4, he does not have a Mask of Secrets, so I'm going to copy and paste him over. So I can do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. That did not take long to pull out my models. I realize I don't have very many, but that's the army. So if you were to replace these cards with models, you would see that I'd be pretty much done by now. You need to have it down to a science. So so that way you don't spend a lot of time doing this, because I could see people spending a long time. If I were to say pick Eldrad's power, he just gets 1, so that would be my warlord trait. But you can pull a dice over, and you just hit the R button to roll it, or you click it. But I like to hit the R button because it kind of flips around better. So if I pick the middle one, let's say that was 6s to wound or instant death. So that's why I don't really necessarily pick those, because they aren't awesome. But yeah, let's say I did that one. I could just delete these guys, because the bag, it doesn't, if you pull everything out, I can delete the bag as long as I don't save. The bag's gone now, so I can't save over my other one. So it'll always be the same whenever I pull it out to open. So there's my warlord trait. Now, I thought this was a pretty slick system for dice rolls for spells. So let's get a little bit more room. So each one's level 2, so I can just plop them all down. And Eldrad's a 4. Farseer's at 3. And because I have 10 Warlocks, they're also level 3. Oh, did I just copy all scatter dice? Okay, major malfunction. major malfunction. Don't copy the scatter die. But there we go. You just gotta keep track of them to make sure that they don't end up in the wrong places. All right, so if you do a top-down view, you can roll over, select them all, hit roll. Do the same for these. Now you can go through and see what they got. So he got 6 and 5. So I can delete everything except for 6 and 5. And the Primaris. He got a 2 and a 3. So I can delete this. And, you know, this is kind of the tedious bookkeeping part of this army. You just go through and do that. By videoing this, it also kind of shows me how long it takes to do each individual step, which is pretty handy. It's nice I didn't roll any doubles on anybody. I think I kind of saw that. Oh, I got invisibility. Yeah. And terrify. And oh, I got horrify, so that's good. Mind war, fortune. You need fortune, so I need fortune, invisibility, and this guy needs the teleporting power. See how I got double here? I can that doesn't count. I always. All right, so I got Gate of Infinity. I got Hammerhand, Cleansing Fame, and Vortex of Doom. I didn't get Sanctuary. 3+ rerollable. Invulnerable saves, pretty sweet. So, all right. So now I know what I got. Get these guys out of here. Those are my psychic powers. So, yeah. And then it would just be a simple matter of deploying everybody. So, this army is kind of weird because I'd probably just deploy these guys, you know, wherever they. Oh my gosh! So don't do that. So, yeah. So you can kind of see how this would be a mess. That's why you need to practice. And let's say they were deployed over here. Flip, by the way, is the F button. But these guys seem to be just flipping automatically now. So let's say I had them deployed here. Your Spectre goes with them. These guys all come over here. You know, I would spread them out. But you can see this is how we would get into reserves and stuff, or deployment, rolling to go first, and we'd be starting the game. They have these handy tables that show you what the mission types are. So, you know, so that way you can kind of decide what you want. Mysterious objectives. This is really nice. You know, some of these you might just have memorized, but the mysterious objective one, that was something I always had to look up, and then the missions. So yeah, so that was it. That's it. Pretty quick video, I hope. I mean, I've been keeping track of time, and this, I guess it's been 14 minutes, but I would ratchet that down as much as possible to keep my opponent from waiting. And I'm excited to start playing some games, and then, you know, it's a little battle report that I can post up. Yeah, I just need to find somebody I can play against. So, all right, thank you for your time. Try this game out. It's really cool. And I think I'm gonna enjoy it. And the best part is, if you're losing, you can always just flip the table.